Right, it is time to lock in on the Pokemon trading card business. Yes, I'm happy to say we are fully settled into this office space now. I've done a stream in here, we've packaged up orders, we've got everything in, and basically we're in now, this is it. So we can now focus on streaming and getting the website deals on the go and all that good stuff. I sent out a deal for the website a few days ago. We did 20% off collection boxes, I believe. We sold a few Prismatic boxes, we sold some of the Venusaur and Blastoise boxes, we sold some Armarouge boxes. So that was really good. And then I've just put out a discount email today for Kanto Friends mini tins. Put some from £12.95 down to £11, that's 15% off. Which is pretty good, to be fair, considering you get a Stellar Crown pack and an Obsidian Flames pack. So yeah, for the streaming, it's the first time I've sold Mega Evolution on stream, and we've not got loads of it, to be honest. Well, we really don't. We could fly through it in a couple of evenings if we wanted to, and honestly, I could have sold 2-3 times as much as we did the other night, but I took it out the store early because I didn't want to fly through it all in one stream. But we had it priced at £5.90 something a pack. We was already the cheapest on TikTok at like £6.25, I think our list price was. And then I put an extra 5% off, which I probably didn't need to, but honestly, I kind of just felt like doing it. It was one of our first main streams back. And yeah, obviously there's a lot of negativity in Pokemon at the minute, so hopefully customers had a bit of satisfaction knowing that, okay, they was paying above retail, but when you see other people paying £7.50 in other streams and £7.50 at £7, even up to £8 in some streams for packs, I think £5.92 is a pretty respectable deal. So we're going to try and keep the prices down. Honestly, I reckon we could have sold all of our Mega Evolution the other night. I had to take it out the store because it was just flying out so quickly, and I was adding it like I do I was adding it in like 12s and 15s just because it wouldn't surprise me if I put 50 packs in there, if someone came and just bought all 50 and then put them in their TikTok shop at £8 a pack. I genuinely believe that's possible. Honestly, for the business, we could probably do with actually trying to squeeze every penny out of everything we can at the minute, but I don't really want to do that. I do want to, again, I always talk about the balance of finding a balance between customer satisfaction and what's good for the business, and we're really trying to find that balance. What would be really good for the business is genuinely profiting the maximum off every item we've got at the minute financially, and the reason I say that is because there's so much unknown at the minute going forward. We've had literally one case of every Pokemon item from the newest sets in the last 3 or 4 sets, and the thing is, going forward, we don't know if that's going to improve, and another thing is, we don't actually know if it's going to get worse. Yes, it shouldn't get worse, and I can't see why we would stop getting the product, but honestly, you just never know, and we've got to err on the side of caution, which is why, yeah, we should really try and maximise our finances from what we've got, but we are trying to find that balance between satisfying people and bringing profits in to make this business profitable, and so, yeah, we can grow the business, essentially. Yeah, it was funny, but also good to see when we were streaming, people would come into the stream and literally ask, like, how come you're so much cheaper than everywhere else? And honestly, that did make me feel real good. Like, I was buzzing at the fact that people coming in and recognising that we was offering, like, much cheaper prices. So hopefully that'll bode well for us in the future. And yeah, it obviously bodes well for the customer because they're much happier paying £5.90 for a pack rather than £7.50. And I know that the people who complain about stuff not being at retail still won't be happy. However, you've got to appreciate the fact that, right, we could have genuinely sold them packs higher, and I'm trying to offer it cheaper, and I am, and a lot of people are happy with it, but I do understand that I'm not going to make everyone happy at the end of the day. That's just not possible. That's something I've quickly learned within this business, that yeah, some people aren't going to like what you do, but hope all you can do is try and make as many people happy as possible, I guess. I have no idea when we're going to get more Mega Evolution. I mean, we've only just started selling it, obviously a bit later than we wanted to, because of it's only just getting set up in this office. Phantasmal Flames comes out next week, and we're the same. A case of booster boxes, case of ETBs, yada yada. But one that I'm pretty scared for when the Mega's gone and the Phantasmal Flames is gone, which could quite easily be in 2 to 3 weeks, right? I'm pretty worried about what we're going to do then in terms of streaming and stuff for English products, because we're basically going to have no packs, and that is why it's really hard. You're trying to not sell stuff too quick, not sell stuff too cheap, not sell stuff too high. Honestly, I can't even tell you. It's so hard to come up with a price for these products and try and judge what you're going to do going forward. And then you're in the unknown, as I've discussed as well, about going forward. You don't know what your allocation is going to be like. I don't know. It's all just mental. But we're doing what we can, and yeah, I don't know. Now, the reason that I talk about locking in is due to the time of year. Obviously, we're in November now. It's going to be a busy Christmas period. Loads of people are going to be wanting Pokemon card products for the kids at Christmas, for themselves, for for whoever, right? It's going to be it's going to be popular. It's going to be in demand. So when I talk about locking in, I mean we've got to be, us as a business now, regular mailing list emails with offers. That is one of the top things on my list. One of the honestly most important things for this in this business for me is the mailing list. Being able to reach out to customers with the click of an email, with an advertisement, new products or offers. I think it is so important to build up that mailing list. And I did actually learn that off Pokemon NE as well. He was a guy that I've watched religiously for like 4 to 5 years now. He bangs on about the mailing list all the time and how important it is, because we've sold on TikTok Shop, that's where we started, but TikTok Shop, it's changing all the time. To be honest, it's just getting worse and worse for sellers, which is why you also see prices go up more and more. Websites have been around for 25, 30 plus years. TikTok Shop's been around for what, a couple of years. I'd rather put my eggs in the basket of a website than a TikTok Shop. So yeah, the website mailing list is the most important thing to me in the business right now, or one of the most important things. So sending out regular emails to customers, getting booked into card shows for 2026. We're actually booked into a few already. I'll post on my Insta story where we're going to be. Single inventory, we've got pretty good now, locked into that. And then streaming is the last thing about locking in. Now, I feel like today I've had a change of heart in how I'm going to approach the streams. And what I mean by that is, I was thinking, right, need to lock into streaming, need to stream every single night for at least 1 to 2 hours and keep consistent with it. And I actually am starting to change my mind today about that. I'm thinking of going back and doing one. I was thinking 1 stream a week. I'm thinking 2. 2 streams a week, 3 to 4 hours, scheduled streams, and never ever miss them. Rather than being on every night, every single night, same stuff available, yada yada. I'd rather it be people come, they know when we're going to stream, they come at that time, they know what deals they're going to be getting, we'll make it very clear. And yeah, it's rather than it just be every night. I don't know, that seems to actually be more, if I was a customer, I would actually be more appealed to go into a stream 1 or 2 times a week rather than thinking, oh, they're on every night. I feel like that's actually a better way to promote the streams. I could be wrong, but that's kind of my thought process right now. So locking into streaming has gone from, yeah, I'm going to stream every night or 5 nights a week, 4 nights a week, to 1 to 2 times a week, scheduled streams, never miss a stream. And I think that'll be a good way to go forward. And I'll make an update on this, hopefully in the 4 to 6 weeks maybe, on how the streams are going. And yeah, I need to decide on the streaming schedule. The other night I made a TikTok about this set, Prismatic Evolutions, and I was basically talking about how brutal the set is and how people are blandly overpaying for this set. Now, we're not going to sell it in rip and ship anymore, and if we do, I'm going to limit it to maximum 2 packs per person, because I think for someone to have a dabble and go for a hit and maybe spend, say we're selling it a tenner a pack, which we're usually not more than that, maybe 11, 12 has been our max, I think. I'm not sure. Either way, it's crazy expensive. I just don't think people should be blasting £50 to £60 on 5 or 6 packs, and I'm not comfortable with someone spending that amount of money and can potentially get nothing back. Now, I know it's a possibility. You could spend 60 quid on Temporal Forces and not get a hit. That is possible. It's very unlikely, but it's possible. Whereas with Prismatic Evolutions, you could easily spend £60 and get nothing back for your money, and that's just not something I'm kind of comfortable with offering. I say this as well because the other night on my stream, a guy called Slimsy, he ordered one of the figure collections from us, and he's been a regular customer over the last couple of years. Seems like a sound guy, always orders from us when we stream. And he bought a box and he wanted it ripping, and straight away I was like, the boxes are expensive on TikTok, like 130 quid. And I'm like, oh man, I don't want there to be nothing in this. And lo and behold, there was barely nothing in it. Obviously, you got the promos, you got a couple of full art trainers. And at the end, I was just like, I didn't feel good about it. Usually on stream, like I feel good about ripping packs for people. And sometimes if someone spends 30 quid on 7 packs of whatever and they get a couple of hits, but they're not quite done that well, I'm like, obviously I'm disappointed, but I didn't have that sort of feeling where I was like, wow, that is £130 just gone into, maybe there's, I don't know what value he's got back out of it. And I like I said in my TikTok the other night, it's not all about monetary value, but there has to be a line somewhere where you're like, yeah, that's just a bit sickening, to be fair. I would be well gutted if I was a customer and that happened. And that's why I'm kind of just thinking I'm not really comfortable with offering to rip them products on my stream, because maybe they should just be kept sealed at this point, like as a collector's item, unless you've got the cash to splash and rip that stuff, like fair dues if you do. But these products are almost like a collectible now. Like, you know, like people buy XY stuff and Sun and Moon, like collection boxes, and they never open them because it's like they're worth more sealed and the hits aren't really that worthwhile, or the hits are really tough. I feel like Prismatic's kind of at that point where, should we really be ripping it so casually? I don't really know. I mean, I personally wouldn't do it, but it seems like a lot of people still are. So yeah, I'm just kind of in a bit of a funny headspace with that at the minute, and I don't really know, it is a bit of a weird one. I guess it's all kind of down to risk and reward. Prismatic Evolutions is high risk, ridiculously high risk, but it can be a very high reward. But the thing is with this set, even if you spend £200 on packs and say you hit the Dragapult SIR, right, which is incredibly hard to hit, it's one of the SIRs, even if you hit that card, what is it, a £65 card, £70 card, so you're still £130, like, not down, but you know what I mean. You still got to make up £130 monetary value if that's what you was thinking about. And like I've said, it's not all about monetary value, but come on, you've got to draw a line somewhere where you just think, this is ridiculous, I'm literally chucking money away. Someone in my TikTok comments the other day was like, oh, but even if you spend £200 on Temporal Forces or whatever, it doesn't mean you're guaranteed the chase card. And I was like, listen, I completely get that. It's a fair comment, and I'm not saying you're guaranteed a chase card, but what I am saying is, if you spend £200 on Forces or Paradox or, I don't know, whatever, them sort of sets that still around £5 a pack, at least you're going to get some hits. You're going to get 3 times the amount of packs for starters. You're also going to definitely get some hits when opening, because you're going to get, say, what, for £200, how many packs you're going to get? I don't know, whatever amount of packs, but you're going to get at least some hits. So you can have something to show for your money. Whereas with Prismatic Evolutions, you could spend £150 on packs, right? 10 packs, and you could genuinely easily get nothing, maybe a couple of Pokeballs and a half art. Like, what, that's just it, gone, 150 quid down the drain. That is my opinion on this. Maybe, I don't know if I'm just being daft or what, but that's what I think. Right, so that's it for the video. A little business update, a little Prismatic rant, a little talk about streaming and what we're going to be doing going forward. But yeah, this is it now. We're locked in. You're going to see me more active streaming. Hopefully going to see some more of these YouTube videos. I'm trying to drop in with at least one a week. Hopefully I can up the frequency, talking about different bits and bobs. Again, if you made it to the end of the video, I do appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next one. See you in a bit.